Got us a next project to start on here. So what these are some floor drains. These are some cast iron floor drains. Going to a local county construction site there. They're putting a new building up. And these I was told are made in China. Yeah, they even says down there, made in China. And that's where they're made and imported from. Now these guys right here, these are the grates that go in there. It says Zurn. These are cast in USA. I don't know what the deal is. I don't know the history of this. This is just brought to me like this. But what the deal is that they're not completed. So you see the housings and the drains themselves, these need to bolt in just like so. They need to go like that, okay? Here is one that was broken. You can see there, now it was drilled and tapped, but it's been broken. I was told that it was dropped and it was broken, and there are no more spares of these, and they need all 4 of these ready next week to install in this construction site. So I was asked to please be very careful and not to break any of them, because they need these to complete whatever process they're on, in their construction job. So it's a fairly simple job. We just got to fixture these things up. So, all 4 corners of these grates, we just got to simply drill, countersink, no big deal. It's just a matter of getting them in the mill, holding them, and then getting them drilled. All right. These guys right here shouldn't be too bad either. We should be able to sit these in the mill, maybe on some parallels, and drill and tap those as well. And I think what we can do is, once we have these grates drilled, we should be able to set these in there and hopefully get a clamp on there and just transfer the hole pattern on there. Just transfer, punch them, and then just be able to line up that hole pattern, and then just drill and tap those. So it's fairly simple. It's just a matter of fixturing everything up is going to be the ticket. So there's one that. This is the trim that just simply bolts on there as well, just showing you what it looks like. So I'm going to work on this today. This was brought to me yesterday evening, and asked if I could get it done. So I'm going to work through today. It's the weekend. I'm going to go ahead and get this stuff knocked out so that they can have it first thing Tuesday, actually, because Monday is a holiday. Tuesday they asked if they could have it back so that they can get these things installed. So that's what we're going to do, and I'll show you how I get them done, okay? So my first thoughts on holding these was going to be using my fireball fixture plate that I machined to be able to use this. This would be an excellent work holding fixture to be able to hold something like this, to be able to drill it. The way that this thing is cast, the middle ribs right there are they're inset from the outside perimeter of this piece, so I can't really hang it off, because see how it drops off there? I'd have to shim it. I don't really want to shim it like that. See how it rocks? But what I'm getting at is, what I really want to do is just kind of set up a fence. That's why I've got these dowel pins on here. I'd like to set up a fence to be able to slide these guys in there to an edge, and be able to drill one, slide one out, grab another one, slide another one in there, and keep going. Do that as a production for all 4. Once you do all 4 of one corner, then you simply move it over to another corner, set your fence over on this side, come over here, locate your corner, and then do all 4 of those, and then you'd reset it for that corner and keep doing that. The problem is that my fixture really is just not big enough. And I hate to say that, it's just not big enough. I need more width, because I want to be able to lay this thing completely flat so that it's clamped on both sides evenly right there. And then I don't have enough holes there on each side. So I think what we're going to do is just forfeit the use of my fixture plate, and I'm going to find just a regular old piece of steel, and we're just going to make another fixture plate that's more of a sacrificial type fixture plate that we can use and clamp up in the vise, that's big enough that we'll be able to hold something like this, but will definitely be used for other jobs later in the future there as well. So I went digging through all of my extra scrap steel and I found a piece here that I think will work just fine for what I want to do. This was something that I had torched out a very long time ago. So let's look at this right here. It looks like a piece of 1/2 inch plate, about 8 inches. It's dirty, it's been outside, so what we can do is just bandsaw this side off, and then I'll have a nice wide fixture there that we can use, and I can do any kind of drilling and tapping that I need to hold these, and this will be able to be held in your mill vise or clamp down to a table, whatever you want to do. So I think we'll just use that. I'll get it all cleaned up and we'll make a fixture plate out of this guy right here. Little update here. So I got the plate cut, got it cleaned up, and what I figured out, this was actually a piece of plate stock that was sheared up. You can see the shear line there. I probably got that from Joe a long time ago. So I'm going to use a shaper and go ahead and clean up these edges, and we'll probably go ahead and dress the top and the bottom just to kind of create a nice flat surface to use later. And I haven't shown any shaper footage in a while, so I'm not in a hurry. I've got all weekend to play with this. And a little food for thought there. I've mentioned this before. I got the coffee maker going behind me there. Whenever I do this kind of stuff, a lot of this stuff I'm doing not necessarily to get the job done. I'm doing it for the fun creation and sharing of it on the channel there as well. So all the labor that I'm putting into this isn't necessarily going into the, charging the customer for it. I'm going to charge them accordingly to do the work that needs to get done, so the labor that's going to go into drilling these and then tapping these other parts is what they'll get charged. I'm not going to be charging them the creation time to make this fixture, shaping it, the size and all that kind of stuff. That's more for the channel aspect of this project and sharing it on YouTube. All right, I just wanted to point that out. So I like to have a little bit of fun and enjoy what I do when I get to do it. That's part of what I like here in the shop. One other thing I wanted to share there as well. So I showed a picture of these on Instagram this morning when I started the job. I had a couple people chime in and show these as Zurn. You can I didn't look them up, but a couple people showed these. You can buy these things for around 150, 160 bucks. Okay, I'm not concerned about where you can buy these and how much they cost. That's not what this is about. The reason why these 4 were brought to me, okay, is because they were incomplete. I was told that they were shipped incomplete. All right, they were incomplete. These grates will not bolt to this, and that's what I was asked if I could do. Can I drill these and tap these so that they can bolt to it? And they need these on Tuesday. Today's Friday, so that means I need to get them done today and over the weekend so that the contractors can install these on Tuesday. The contractors have a source on these evidently, because you see we got them in our hands right there, but I was told that they're out of stock and they're waiting on more. It's going to be several weeks before these come in, so they need to get these 4 and get them installed on Tuesday. That's when they were scheduled. So that's why they're going through the labor and the effort and the cost to modify these and get them installed right away. So that's what we're working on. So we're going to have some fun this weekend, do some machining, going to share some content with you. So let's keep rolling on this. We got the machine set up. We're ready to make a cut and get this plate cleaned up on the sides. This one will take 2 cuts to get it. It wasn't very square. at the sheared side of the plate, so we're getting ready to clean that one up next. I love using this stuff right here, this heavy duty degreaser, to kind of spot clean right here on the machine, break down that cutting oil, and it dries very quickly too, so just wet it down and then I'll take a rag and just wipe that off. Now that we got the two sides shaped parallel, we're going to go ahead and deck at least this one side right here. Go ahead and get a nice flat surface there for clamping down on, okay? We'll just try to clean it up one time. I've got it touched off right there, and we've dropped it down 30 thousandths and see if we can clean it up in one shot. I'm just doing a simple layout for this grate to be able to sit up here like so. Just kind of getting everything centered out. I won't be doing any edge finding. I'm just going to be locating with a center point. So we'll have a couple of holes, maybe one or two holes drilled and tapped here so that we can use our little strap clamps to hold there. And what these lines will be, actually, when we lay down this way, we're going to have a couple of dowel pins here to create a fence to push it up on. And then we'll also have a dowel pin on the sides there as well so that we can slide it over against the dowel pins to locate this corner, be able to do all four of them, and then same thing, move over to this side, stick it in there, same place, hold it down, and drill them. And then when we go to do these holes, I'll be able to, we'll have our fence here along this line right there. And then I think we may move, this is our center, so we'll probably move up in here and drill and tap another hole just to kind of bring our clamps a little bit closer in the middle area right in here. So that's the idea behind it right there. All right, we got everything drilled, tapped, and then drilled and reamed for our 1/4 inch dowel pins. I used a 251 reamer to ream these holes, by the way. There's our 1/4 inch dowels. Just testing the fit. So that should give us approximately 1/1000th of clearance so that they will fit in there and not be tight. Okay, so probably be using 3 at a time, like so. And I'll show you what the plan is here. I still got to go in there and drill and ream these two. I haven't done that yet. I just finished these and I kind of got ahead of myself. But so here's the idea behind it right there. So now we've got our little fence so that we can slide it forward and over, okay, and all of them. So once we line up on this corner or that corner, whichever one, so we're gonna, let's just say we're gonna line up on this corner here. So we bring one in, slide it over against our pins. We'll put our two, we got a couple strap clamps that we'll put on there like so. Okay, then we'll do our drill, our countersink. We'll take this one out. We'll grab another one, set another one in there, clamp it down, and repeat. And then once we get all 4 of those done, then we'll move to the other corner. And then, of course, we'll flip it over, and I'll have these 2 holes completed, and then we'll move to these 2 holes. All right, we got our fixture ready to go. Go ahead and show you this setup here for, it's going to be for these 2 holes here. So we'll slide it in. We'll just leave these clamps set up once we get it going. Just like so. We'll locate the corner, drill a hole, keep swapping them out, then we'll move to the other side. All right, when we're doing our short side, this is how our setup will be. Just use the, we'll just use one center clamp here right in the middle, just like so. That should be plenty to hold that grate just for that little bit of drilling we got to do. We're going to go ahead and start with this corner here, and what we're going to do is go 1/4 inch from each side. That's how they've got the original one drilled. So 1/4 inch, 1/4 inch. I'm just going to use the edge finder to do that, to quickly locate it. That'd be 350 on the readout. Add 100/1000ths for half the diameter of that edge finder. So that should be put us right in the corner. So we'll drill all 4, and then we'll come back and we'll countersink all 4, and then we'll move down to the other hole. going to start countersinking these forward now. So I've got to stop on the quill, and I've got the quill all the way down hard against it. I'm just going to run the knee up. All right, that should work right there. So I've got my, this is the screw that we're going to be using right there. And that fits in there good. So we'll just match that and put all 4 of them in there just like that. Gives you a better look at it. So these grates are 8 inches long, even though they're cast, they're right at 8 inches. So the center to center should be 7.5 inches. So I've got the digital readout zeroed, and we're just going to go ahead and move down 7.5. That should put us on an equal center to center distance, and we should be also an equal distance from, tell you what I'll do, let me grab a pointer, take the clamp off the quill there. This is what I use whenever I'm doing my countersink. That's the stop that I always talk about. We'll just make a little point right there, a little divot. So looks pretty good. 1/4 inch from the end, and it should be 1/4 inch from the end that way as well. So that's actually putting us on a nice even center to center distance of 7.5 inches there. I'm just going into the steel a little bit, and then on the other 3, once the drill pops through, you can, I was using auto feed, you can feel it and see it kind of give way. So just, I'll show you one more, and then we'll move on to the other ones, the other side anyway. So this is working out real good. Once you get these fixtures set up, you spend the time doing that, then it makes your job very quick and easy and efficient. So it's too bad that I don't have more than just 4 of these to have to do, but you never know. This could be a repeat job. This could come back later if they have more, and I've already got it fixed up. So I'm just getting the drill started there, and I'm going to engage my power feed. And you'll see it pop through right there. And that's it. I'll bring you guys back whenever we're ready to do the other side. You know, going into this this next side, the way the clamp worked in the middle, it worked well enough that I don't think that I need to worry about changing the setup to clamp on the sides there. I think just having this one center clamp right here is, it worked good enough for that side. I had no problem, so there's no reason why it won't work for this side there as well. So I'm just going to leave the fence right where it's at, and instead of moving it over and clamping there, we're just going to roll with the same setup that I was using, with this one center clamp right there, and we'll just go with that. I don't see any reason to change it up. And we're just working on the last countersinking to be done now. Got the first couple done. Got 2 more to do. Alright, all of our grates are finished now. And the bolt pattern should be symmetrical, so that's the great thing about doing it the way I did, is that once these are drilled, it shouldn't matter which grate goes to what housing. They should all bolt up evenly. You know, you can mix and match and they should all go in. So what we will do is take the housings, and I think we're just going to do a transfer punch method to transfer our hole pattern, and then what we'll do is we'll line up on our punch mark. And I think to keep things from moving around, we'll probably maybe we'll go over to the mill table. You can see we got the hole there where we got a piece of pipe that goes through. So we'll go to the mill table and just put a strap clamp there to hold it nice and steady. And then we can lay our grate in there, and then we'll just center it. And I believe I measured it earlier, I think it was 1.5 inches to each side. Yeah, 1.5 inches. I got it right there already. And then we'll see if we can get some clamps on it somewhere. I might have just enough room to get a couple clamps on it. And then we'll go in there with a transfer punch. Let me find that. So I had a transfer punch, and we'll go in there like so with our transfer punch and actually transfer the whole pattern.